Coming up on the Code Bet Daily, Stats Guy and I today. No, James, he's a bit crook. What have we got, Stats Guy?
Bit of everything. I'm looking at some tennis, MLB, and NRL. Smorgasbord.
Good stuff. Good use of your words there. I look at absolutely everything and anything, but our friends at TopSport have a very interesting AFL market. But you should check it out. It's Code Bet Daily, and it's coming your way right now. Welcome to the Code Bet Daily. It is Tuesday, June 27th. Episode 139 of This Shenanigoat, the Code Bet Daily. I'm your host, Alex Donnelly. James Clementez is not here. He needs a bit of concrete to harden up because he's got a headache, but that's what happens when you have kids, I guess, and hang around with us all day, every day. The Stats Guy's here. How are you, Stats Guy?
I'm happy. I didn't. Yeah.
Geez, you look it.
I'm happy. We got lots of different sports to talk about today because we got random sports, but we'll always cover a few bets in some random sports. Always. Yeah,
it was a struggle. Let's be honest. We got the Arts Centre behind us. That's cool. That's the closest Stats Guy and I will ever be to being artistic.
Yes,
that's for sure. It's blocking Amy Park and the MCG, but we're in the new studio. We're at the new
awesome
desk.
Setup. Yeah,
the TVs are set up. Gerald's there's a lot of stuff over there that you can't see, even though I'm on a podcast. If you're watching on the YouTubes, I just pointed to my right. If you're not, what about that? A visual gag on a podcast. How good. Anyway, we are here for the Code Bet Daily. As it says, it's codes, it's betting, it's daily. We both write for a website called Code Bet.
Yep.
Go check it out. It's pretty cool because they've had a pretty good weekend. You know, we've got some premiership updates there for the AFL, the NRL.
Ashes.
Ashes is there. Wimbledon's coming up. We've just started planning the EPL out because it starts off in about 6 weeks' time.
Everything's happening, yeah.
Pretty hectic. But anyway, for today, we've got some game picks, player props, best bets. No rate my multi because, well, it's Tuesday and it's really hard at the moment to come up with
tomorrow.
anything. Oh, tomorrow we will because
a cricket one.
Tomorrow when James is back, we will do a full Ashes show, which will be nice and easy. And then I think Thursday will be the AFL show and the NRL show, and then Friday wrap up the week.
Perfect.
And what's coming up. So Stats Guy, what are you looking at?
Bit of everything. Some tennis, which is grass courts. So I just wanted to triple check that.
Good.
MLB and some NRL futures.
What have I got? I've got some EPL Transfer, the MLS, and the AFL. Like I really was stretched today.
That's all right. We got a heaps to talk about still.
All right, Stats Guy, start us off. What have you got?
Start us off. All right. Eastbourne Tennis, which is a Wimbledon grass warm-up tournament. That's what they're trying to do to warm up.
I like that you're going to tell us for the next month that every warm-up for Wimbledon's on grass.
Yeah, I just wanted to just double check that because I have gotten some services wrong in the past. But yeah, this one is definitely on grass. We got the women's side of the tour. Barbara Krejcikova taking on Katie Bolter. Krejcikova
Good beer, that.
Which one? Oh, Bolter, yes. I was going to say,
wow.
I haven't heard of Krejcikova.
If we could
I'm not a big Bolter fan, so that's why.
It's because you don't have taste. I mean, you go for North Melbourne.
But I don't
Chelsea.
mind her in the tennis. I'd rather, anyway. Krejcikova is top 10 in the world in the women's tour. She's a much better overall player than Bolter, who's ranked 88th. But Bolter's coming off a home tournament win in Birmingham, which was on grass court. She won the Birmingham Open. It's a little bit.
I think we can safely say that every tournament in England is on grass.
I don't know if every single tournament is, but
every single tournament in June and July are on grass.
But she did win, her last tournament was on grass. Bolter's in career best form. I think she's the first time she's been in the top 100. She's up to 88th. So I think she can make this reasonably close. Bolter's got really good drop shots and speed, which works really well on the grass courts. And she's 21-8 across the past few years on that surface grass. Bolter also beat Krejcikova, which I was surprised about, just looked at before in the last meeting, even though Krejcikova's a lot higher ranked. But Krejcikova's pretty well rested, better overall player. I think she'll get the win. She's only $1.40, but I think Bolter can keep this close and give us some betting value with plus 3.5 games.
God.
So it's a women's one. I think it could be like 7-6, 7-6.
That means
6-4.
If you get 6-4, 7-6, you're
I think it's going to be a few tiebreakers and things like that. That's why I don't mind the plus 3.5 games at $1.90. And then Bolter did beat her last time, so just a bit of an underdog bet if you think she can win. $2.88 is not a bad bet for an underdog bet in this tennis match.
You know what my thoughts are on lines.
Lines. Well, if you like Bolter, which I do, $2.88 is just the head-to-head. A bit more simple, then you don't have to do maths or anything like that.
Yeah, no math, no taking it, none of this risky stuff with lines. We had a 4-setter that the line got obliterated in the French Open, so it's just like stay away from the line betting. It also feels in women's tennis as opposed to men's that a lot of players just have that one surface they struggle at and they just absolutely stink at that. Whereas in the men's, there's sort of a bit more like a top 10 player who's not great on grass will still make the fourth round of Wimbledon, but then it's like
sometimes,
that's where they get found out.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't mind Bolter here. She's a bit of an underdog, but on Bet365, pretty good odds there.
Yeah, nice. I'm looking at a transfer market in the EPL, talking about Scott McTominay from Manchester United.
Scottish man.
Yeah, they've already slapped him up on their transfer, we want to sell list, looking to add some money to their budget to bring in other targets. Of course, the Mason Mount transfer situation going on. Funnily enough, no one's making any jokes about that because everyone's too busy, Arsenal are going to bottle this Declan Rice thing. But, like literally.
Yeah, we're losing Mason Mount.
But I was about to say, Man United have made 3 bids and Chelsea have just gone, nah. Like,
I know,
it's pretty funny, to be honest. But anyway, like West Ham, this is where I'm going to go with the Scott McTominay thing. Declan Rice is gone. We know that he's going to end up at Arsenal or Man City, one of the two.
Yep.
West Ham will be looking to replace Declan Rice, obviously. If they can buy McTominay, he's going to be a quarter of the price of Declan Rice at that $20 to $25 million mark.
Absolutely.
Obviously brings a stack of EPL experience. For some reason, he's hated by the
I like
United fan base.
I don't mind him.
It's just because he becomes Superman when he plays for Scotland.
Yeah, he scores every
Clark
game.
Kent when he plays for Manchester United.
Not wrong.
But anyway, Man United already shopped him to West Ham. Go, you want Harry Maguire and McTominay and 50 mil? And they're like, nah, bro, we're good.
Yeah.
Maybe just give us McTominay in the 50.
Yeah, I think Tottenham are still going after Maguire. But
Yeah, but
a lot
anyway.
of teams don't want him.
But yeah, so anyway, West Ham said no to that. But given the fact that there's been that offer there and then there's sort of the similar roles that they play, he could fit into a West Ham structure. He doesn't feel like a top 6 player, McTominay, but in a club like West Ham, he fits in.
Yeah.
he can work well. But also he can bring in some European experience given they won the the Conference League.
Yep.
So obviously they're going to be in the Europa League qualification zone. So if he plays in that's if he gets across there, that is.
Bit more experience.
He does help that West Ham team.
Yep.
He's $8.50 to go to West Ham.
Wow. What's the favourite?
Newcastle's the favourite.
Newcastle,
so,
okay. I don't think Newcastle really need him.
Yeah,
I don't think he'll fit in their system.
I don't know what he's going to do at Newcastle, but I think $8.50, we're a betting show. I think that's a pretty worthwhile gamble.
A lot of the ones we did over Friday, I think, have dropped a lot in the market.
James Madison's now $1.40 to join Tottenham, and Declan Rice is $1.50 to join Arsenal, who are apparently going to make their third bid in the next couple of hours after Man City made their first bid this morning. It was literally the same as Arsenal's second bid. So
it'll be interesting.
Doubtful West Ham are going to say no. It's more Arsenal going to do their third bid. We'll probably know more by this time tomorrow where that's going to go. But
$8.50 is awesome.
Yeah, $8.50.
I like that rationale though.
Yeah. Anyway, that's that.
Nice.
Match game picks where we have a look at some game-based bets, and we're looking at America. You go first with your MLB bets.
I'm looking at a more traditional American sport in the MLB and the baseball. The Oakland Athletics taking on the New York Yankees. The Yankees have the 4th best record in the American side of the league and have 23 more wins than the A's. The A's have been absolutely horrid. They've only won 20 they've been horrible. They've only won 20 of their 80 games this season, which is unbelievable.
So it's a quarter of the game, so that's still better than North Melbourne.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, if I looked at our North Melbourne last 80 games, we probably would have only won 20.
You would have had to have won 3 of them.
But we'll stay in the league. A's, they're trying to sell. There's a lot going on with the A's, and they've just been horrible. The odds are reasonably good, I think, for the Yankees, mainly because their leading home run hitter and MVP was the MVP favorite before he got injured was Aaron Judge. He's still injured. He's got a torn toe ligament.
How isn't Shohei Ohtani favorite?
No, I think he is now.
He should.
He's the leading home run scorer now. He's a freak, yeah. But Aaron Judge isn't far behind him. I got to see him play. It was absolutely awesome. But he's been out.
Oh, did you go to New York?
I did, yeah. And I saw him hit a winning home run. It was awesome. But he's out, so I think that's why the odds are still pretty close. But they've got a lot of gun players. They've got Garrett Cole, who's the Yankees pitcher. He's got the 5th most strikeouts in the league. Rizzo's also a star who can hit home runs. And the Yankees have beaten Oakland 8 of the last 10 meetings. So,
that could have been in the last month for all we know.
Yeah, the amount of games they played, they've actually played them already this season. Yeah. So New York, I'm just going to go head-to-head $1.68, which I was really surprised about considering how bad the A's have been going. Then New York -1.5. I really like the line in baseball when I think it's going to be a one-sided game. It's always a pretty short line. So -1.5 for New York is $2.05 with Ladbrokes.
Okay, nice. I like it. I'm looking at the MLS with Orlando City taking on the Chicago Fire.
Nice.
Orlando currently 7th in the Eastern Conference with Chicago 12th. So Orlando basically need to win this game to stay into the final series because it's the top 9 that go through to the playoffs. It's really weird.
How many teams are there?
Well, there's 15 in each conference, so there's 30.
There's
29. There's 29s. There's 14 in the Western Conference. So the way it works is weird. I don't get why you have that many players. How you have 18 teams going towards playoffs, but anyway, America.
I heard a guy traveled.
More is better.
Yeah, I heard a guy traveled halfway across America to go and watch Messi, and then realized Messi isn't playing in the MLS yet. He's still on holiday, so that guy's very shattered.
He's rolling around playing for Argentina. Was it that numbnuts I show speed?
No, it
wasn't that douche nozzle.
He loves Ronaldo.
I think he had a stroke when he met him last week. Yeah. Anyway, so Orlando are unbeaten in the last 3 between the two, and they haven't lost at home to Chicago since 2019. Orlando haven't lost in their last 5 games at home, whereas Chicago have only won 2 of their last 8 in the MLS, hence why they're down towards the bottom of the conference.
Yep.
Into Miami, funnily enough, are last in the conference.
Oh, then they get next season they get Di Maria, Messi.
No, Di Maria's going to Benfica.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
they get Messi then.
Busquets.
Oh, that's right, Busquets. Yeah. They'll help a lot.
Yeah, a little bit, right? Anyway, Orlando are $1.90. Happy to take them head-to-head, given the fact that Chicago absolutely stink at the moment.
Yeah, right.
Keep it nice and simple. $1.80 head-to-head. Let's go.
Awesome, yeah.
Best bets today, tomorrow, whenever. Stats go. What have you got?
Bit of I talked about an NRL future the other last week, but I'm going to look at the North Queensland Cowboys. They've come into some form. I don't know if you guys like them. They've won their last 3 against the Panthers, Storm, and Rabbitohs.
They also had 64 points put on them by the West Tigers.
Yeah, definitely their defense needs a bit of improvement, but they're up to 10th on the ladder, which doesn't look too good, but they're only 2 points out of the top 8. They are having belief.
They're 4 points off the top 4.
12 points off the top 4. It shows how close the ladder is. That's why I don't mind some of the value in these top 8 bets in the NRL. As I just said, they've beaten some of the better teams in the league. They've got a 6-2 record at home and lifted it, winning their last away game. If they lift their away record, I think they can easily make the finals.
They have a tough run in.
They do. Other than the next month they get to play Wests, Sea Eagles, and the Titans. I think they're 3 of the next 4 games of the NCAA, the West Sea Eagles and the Titans. Yeah. I think they can win all 3 of those, which gives them a good chance. And they've already beaten the Panthers, Storm, and Rabbitohs, who are some of the better teams. If they can win those 3
of their last 4 are Broncos, Sharks, and Panthers.
Yeah. If they can win 1 or 2 of those and win those 3 that they will be heavy favourites for, I think they can finish that 7th to 8th spot. Just because of how close the ladder is, I really like $2.20 for them to make the top 8. Not saying they definitely will. They also have to play, I just wrote down,
you also got to realize the Titans are above them and have they've still got a couple of games to come as well. They've got games in hand.
They verse a few of those teams that are above them though, in the Titans, the Eels. I think they can beat both of those, and if they do, then they're going to easily.
The good thing is they've got a bye or 2 up their sleeve as well. Given they've played 16 games, other teams have played 15 and 14, so that'll help them because that's guaranteed points. Guaranteed when you get the bye.
Isn't it? Yeah. So the guaranteed points. They've got Valentine Holmes, who's been absolutely awesome. I think he can drag them over the line in some games that are really close. So just $2.20. There's a lot of teams that are around that $1.25 to make it, but $2.20 when they're only a couple of points out of the top 8, I think is really good value. And if they beat the Eels in a couple of weeks, that's going to drop dramatically to that $1.50, I reckon. So get on $2.20 on Ladbrokes at the moment.
Don't mind it. Don't mind it at all. Of course, Phil and I will be back later this week for the NRL show.
Talk about it,
where we'll sort of break down everything that's gone on in the last week and a bit in the NRL. It's been a bit crazy with the Raiders sneaking past the Roosters over the weekend. Are done, I reckon. Nah, they're still thereabouts. They're still close, but like the Cowboys smashing the Rabbitohs, the Titans beating the Broncos was weird. We nailed Friday and Saturday.
Sunday was chaos.
Sunday we stunk it up, but we got the last game right with the Raiders.
Nice.
Anyway, my best bet, TopSport. Our friends at TopSport have a special market. It's called the AFL July Journey because there is five weekends in July where there's matches.
Yep.
I'm having a look at the Brisbane Lions to have 4 or more wins in the month of July. That's $2.10. So let's break this down.
Yep.
They play Richmond on Thursday at the Gabba. They play West Coast, guaranteed win.
Both are home.
Melbourne at the MC. I was going to get there. Melbourne at the MCG. I wrote Brisbane at home. That's not at home, but anyway. Gold Coast at Heritage Bank Stadium, and there's another game in there that I've just absolutely butchered anyway. But anyway, so you have a look at that. Brisbane Lions. They're going to start favourite. You would say they're going to start favourite against Richmond.
They'll demolish West Coast. That could be another 200
West Coast. That's where the Swans points could just get run by there.
Surely.
So Brisbane at home Thursday, West Coast the following weekend. Then they got to come to Melbourne on a Friday night and play the D's,
which is not
across
easy,
the road here at the MCG, where they've lost 13 of their last 14.
Yeah.
Then they have Geelong at home. Geelong travelling. They're a bit shaky at the moment, the Cats. And then they've got Gold Coast at Heritage Bank, where they've beaten Gold Coast like a million times now already. So
you'd lock them in for, I reckon, 3 at least.
They're guaranteed 3.
I agree, yeah.
I reckon they'll beat Geelong anyway. That's 4. So you get $2.10 for them to win all 4 games.
That's good value.
But if you think they're going to beat the D's, because I've had worries about Melbourne for the last month in the AFL Premiership write-up. Go check it out now.
Yep.
They can't score. Melbourne cannot score. So even if it is sort of a bit of a drag down, Brisbane can still score enough points just to be like, oh, we only won because it wasn't through anything. It was more the fact that we actually kicked goals.
Yeah, they're missing Clary as well. He's still another couple of weeks away.
It's not missing Clary. They've got no genuine target up forward. Whereas at least Brisbane
hasn't been at his best.
Well, Brisbane have had Eric Hipwood step up recently. Charlie Cameron's still been quiet. And they're still winning games. So Brisbane, if they figure it all out, they're going to be very hard to beat. But the $2.10 for them to win 4 or more games this month, don't mind it at all. Because
especially their home games, they should win.
Watch Richmond just come out and smash them this week.
I still got to back Brisbane at the Gabba.
Yeah,
if it was at the MCG, I'd go definitely.
It'd be a bit different. Also, Richmond are off the bye, and the bye is poison at the moment.
It is.
Anyway, $2.10 for that, $8 if you think they can win every game this month. TopSport have them for all teams. I think North Melbourne like $1.30 to win 2 games. You have West Coast and Hawthorn, I think.
Oh, that's too short, I reckon.
Yeah,
I'll take us against West Coast. So I don't know about Hawks.
Yeah, whereas I think the Swans can win 4 of their next 5. I think the loss is Fremantle over in Perth. But we'll talk about that more in the AFL show. That'll be coming your way probably Thursday morning, I believe. Yes. But that is CodeBet Daily done and dusted for today. We'll be back on deck tomorrow. All things Ashes.
Yes.
Sorry for slapping the table, Gerald. I just saw that smirk on your eyes. I'm excited. It's the Ashes. We won last night in the women's test match as well.
Yeah,
Ash Gardner,
got an
star.
She got an AFA. That was awesome.
12 for the match.
I know.
Get her in the men's team. She turns it more than Gary Lyon. How good.
Don't know about that, but yeah, she's awesome.
Don't you dare besmirch the good goddamn name of the Australian women's cricket team, the greatest dynasty in Australian sport.
They don't lose. They don't lose.
We do not lose. We are awesome. Yep. Anyway, get right around the show, would you? Please subscribe, like it, review it, give us a 5-star rating. Tell Stats Guy he looks handsome. He really needs that right now. I don't, because,
your head's already big enough.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm just a heap of garbage, and I've got a girlfriend, so I can really get schlebby now. So it's like, you're locked in. Anyway, give us a follow on all the socials, Facey, IG, Twitter, TikTok. We're going to be doing more TikTok stuff because, we started yelling at Leo, so he's got to earn his money somehow. Send in any questions via the socials, any bets. That's it, Stats Guy.
That's it. Quick and good. Yeah, lots of good bets out there.
I said we're going to get through this quickly. Oh, no, we're just talking about more stuff. No, stop wasting time.
We did it well, yeah.
Thanks to Geraldo for producing and putting together this room. This is great.
Awesome
I love
setup,
it. The new mics are sweet.
New table.
Thanks to me for hosting. No thanks to James, that's for sure. What do we say here, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly.
May all your picks come in. Happy punting. We'll catch you tomorrow. It's CodeBet Daily. Out.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.